Hi, my name is Marianne van Baag and I'm one of the teachers here at the Norwegian courses at the University of Bergen. A question often asked by students is how to learn all the new vocabulary. And with this film I will give you some tips and tricks. First, some background info on what it means to know a word. We make the distinction between passive and active knowing a word. Knowing a word passively means being able to understand a word or phrase well enough to understand what is being written or said. And actively meaning being able to use the word or phrase when speaking or writing. And there are multiple aspects involved when it comes to knowing the word. We need to know the word's meaning, which grammatical forms the word can appear in, and when to use this word and these forms. And then also, which words should you learn? Which words to learn? Well, start with learning the words and phrases that you use and or need. The book Begynne Bergen, for example, comes with a vocabulary list and an overview over important questions to know actively after each chapter. So use the important questions and vocabulary lists, for example, in the book Begynne Bergen. When we talk about vocabulary learning strategies, there are three main principles to keep in mind: context, attention, and frequency. Let's go through them. So the first principle is context. Contextualize the new words and phrases that you want to learn actively. For example, use the words in sentences or use post-its to label things. For example, using a post-it on your fridge with the Norwegian word for fridge on it, kjøleskap. You can also use this to describe things like a white fridge, et hvit kjøleskap. When possible, learn the entire phrase, not each single word. So if you want to learn the phrase jeg har lyst på kaffe, if you want to learn that means I want coffee, instead of learning that jeg means I, ha means have, lyst means lust, på means for, and kaffe means coffee, then you get I have lust for coffee. But it doesn't mean exactly that, it means I want coffee. So jeg har lyst på kaffe, learn the entire phrase. That will help. Narrate yourself while doing things. If you, for example, are doing the dishes, talk to yourself. Jeg vasker opp. Jeg sykler I skogen. Narrate yourself while doing things. That contextualizes the Norwegian vocabulary as well. And association. Associate new vocabulary with what you already know, what it sounds like or what it reminds you of. There's no right or wrong there. Use whatever works for you. The second principle for vocabulary learning strategies is attention. Learn the vocabulary that you need. If you use a word list, mark new words in that word list. Do the same if you use a dictionary. Use color coding to direct your attention to the different forms of the new vocabulary. For example, using yellow for verbs in the present tense, but purple for words in the simple past, for example. Whatever works for you, but use color coding, creativity, marking to focus your attention on what you want to learn. And the third principle is frequency. Repeat, repeat, repeat. A thing to keep in mind is that short study sessions, which are repeated often, are oftentimes more successful than longer study sessions with more time in between. So short, but often. Some digital solutions that you can use are, for example, Quizlet or Anki. There are many more, but here are two of them. Quizlet is both an app and a webpage where you can find the vocabulary for the book Begynne Bergen already uploaded. The same counts for a lot of text in the compendium used on level 2. You can also make your own word lists there. Use Quizlet for learning the new vocabulary through tests, games, and online flashcards. You can also hear the word's pronunciation here, especially for those for the Begynne Bergen. Some students also use Anki, which is also a digital flashcard tool for language learning. Try it out, see if it works for you. Are you more of a pen and paper kind of person? You can always make your own flashcards, either with pictures on the one side and a Norwegian word on the other side, with Norwegian on the one side and another language on the other side. Again, whatever works for you. Mind maps are another analog tool you can use. Mind maps opens up for different kind of creativity, and you can group vocabulary by topic, grammar, relevance, functions, etc. Use pictures, colors, whatever works for you. Here are some other practical tips. Studies have shown that learning new nouns in the definite form will help remember if a noun is masculine, feminine, or neuter. Give it a go. For example, learn koppen instead of en kopp. Learn flaska instead of ei flaske. Learn skrivebordet instead of et skrivebord, and so on. When possible, include prepositions to the words and phrases that you're studying. Learn that it's a I koppen, I flaska, på skrivebordet, har lyst til å spille piano, and so on. Learn the meaning, form and use of the word, but also of course learn the spelling and pronunciation. Think about things like long and short vowels, silent letters, but also where to put the accent. Skrivebordet, for example. Learn the irregular verbs and read the new vocabulary out loud. If you stumble upon a new word or phrase while doing your homework, don't grab the dictionary or word list straight away, but read the sentence again, think and reflect on what you think the word might mean, or in which topic or theme the word is related to, before using that dictionary or word list. Sometimes there are words that are quite similar, for example, the verbs for to see and to say. Also, other words that can easily be mixed up, for example, words like left and right. Don't learn them in the same study session, but divide them. So learn å se in one study session, and like a week or two later, for example, learn å si, and so on. The last tip I have for you here is to have a personal vocabulary notebook or diary where you write the new vocabulary, put them in new sentences, have your mind maps, etc. Here you can keep track of your study sessions, how they went, which words you should revise more often, write down words that you feel you need, etc. and bring this notebook everywhere so you can revise while sitting on the bus, write down new words you meet at, for example, the grocery store, and so on. For you. Everybody learns differently, and if you have any good tips for your fellow students on how to learn new vocabulary, feel free to comment on this video. Thank you.